Gujarat, land of entrepreneurs, is also a land with strong fundamentals. It is a land of grit and grandeur, of marvels, manifestations and celebrations. Gujarat, a traditional and compassionate society, also has a cosmopolitan lifestyle where warmth and happiness, progress and delights are all pervasive. Gujarat has been growing at a double-digit growth rate, the highest among Indian states. And its scorchingly fast growth story rests on strong foundations. Its robust infrastructure. Gujarat's strength in infrastructure has exploited many of the state's unique geographical and natural advantages. The Arabian Sea acts as the state's waterway to the rest of the world. Gujarat has the country's longest coastline of 1,600 kilometers, a gateway to overseas markets and the vast hinterland of northern and central India. Gujarat is known as the growth engine of India, accounting for a major share in many products and a near monopoly in others, making it the numero uno state of India. Gujarat believes that the development of infrastructure is pivotal to industrial and economic growth. And to facilitate this infrastructure development, there is an elaborate legal and organizational framework spearheaded by the Gujarat Infrastructure Development Board, popularly known as GIDB. The GIDB is a high-level body with the Chief Minister himself as its chairman and senior ministers and secretaries as its members. The board has a senior civil servant as its CEO and a number of in-house experts. The statutory status of the GIDB shows the seriousness with which the Gujarat government views development of infrastructure and the role of private sector participation. GIDB has been created through the Gujarat Infrastructure Development Act 1999, better known as the GID Act. The GID Act not only provides transparent guidelines for various processes, it also consolidates the best practices in infrastructure development. The GID Act provides a legal and regulatory framework for risk-free private sector participation, offering a level playing field for domestic as well as international investors and government agencies. GIDB's role is an overarching one, straddling all areas of infrastructure development, with a focus on public-private partnerships, overall project planning and prioritization, investor-friendly policy initiatives, coordination with sectoral agencies and departments, techno-commercial and financial feasibility studies, selection of private participant through transparent processes, and drafting of model concession agreements, amongst others. The GID Act provides 3 routes for private sector participation in infrastructure projects. The Act proclaims competitive bidding as the most preferred route. However, it also accepts market dynamics and recognizes the scope for unsolicited proposals in unexplored areas. It also welcomes projects with innovative technologies and ideas. The GIDB also plays the role of the nodal agency under the viability gap funding schemes of both the state and central governments. It has also taken capacity building initiatives for government agencies and has formed a national forum in PPP to share experiences and best practices.
The philosophy of liberalization can come true only through the PPP model. We have created an ideal framework for PPP in infrastructure.
GIDB, the most admired state-level PPP agency in India. Today, Gujarat's physical, industrial and social infrastructure has been widely recognized in India. GIDB paves the way for organized and fast-track implementation of infrastructure projects in Gujarat. The organization's major contribution has been to make Gujarat the forerunner in development of infrastructure like ports, railway lines, roads and bridges in the PPP mode, setting in motion the machinery that is today enhancing the momentum of India's growth. Gujarat offers the most favorable outlook for the growth of demand for infrastructure projects. The defining features of Gujarat's infrastructure planning are long-term vision and integrated strategy. After extensive studies, the state and the GIDB have prepared long and short-term vision documents. The most important is the Blueprint for Infrastructure in Gujarat, or the BIG 2020. The BIG 2020 is a comprehensive action plan for integrated development of infrastructure across all sectors and regions up to the year 2020. This document is continuously updated. The BIG 2020 document brings out the new set of priority projects and their financial structuring and funding arrangements. Now, Gujarat is entering its golden phase of development. The defining feature of this golden phase will be high ratings on the Human Development Index and truly world-class infrastructure. As in the case of physical infrastructure, Gujarat also has strong social infrastructure in India. However, to further enhance the Human Development Index, the government is now giving a special thrust to social infrastructure projects with private sector participation. And GIDB is poised to transfer its expertise and experience in developing the social infrastructure of the state through the PPP mode. A massive task is on hand in various sectors. The upcoming PPP projects include expressways, railway lines, seaports, international airport, airstrips and aviation MRO hub, logistics parks and transport hubs, metro and regional rail systems, bus rapid transit systems and Ro-Ro ferry services. A high-speed railway-based dedicated freight corridor, or the DFC, is coming up between Delhi and Mumbai. 38% of this 1,500 kilometer long DFC falls within the state of Gujarat. An area of 150 kilometers on either side of the DFC is being developed as the Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor, or the DMIC. DMIC will be a global manufacturing and trading hub. With its robust infrastructure, operational ports and industrious legacy, Gujarat state is expected to be a major player in the DMIC. As part of the DMIC, 6 mega industrial nodes have been identified for the state of Gujarat. The Gujarat government has defined these regions as Special Investment Regions, or SIRs, and has enacted a legal framework for their establishment, regulation, development and management. Out of the 6 identified nodes, the Dholera SIR has been taken up for development on a priority basis. Being developed in an area of 360 square kilometers, this SIR is going to be amongst the world's largest investment regions. Another region which is being developed on an equal footing is the Petrochemical and Petroleum Investment Region, or the PCPIR at The Hague. Similarly, fast-track work has started at Palanpur, Mehsana and Vadodara-Ankleshwar industrial areas. All these locations will have various zones which include manufacturing, processing, financial, residential, knowledge, greening and recreational. Their connectivity, particularly to the ports and the DFC, will be even more robust. GIDB is the pivot around which Gujarat's infrastructure drive revolves, ensuring safe partnerships and secure gains for investors, attracting investor interest on a transparent, reliable and level playing field basis, creating ever larger cycles of progress and prosperity, and pushing the state and the country to a higher growth trajectory.
We are keen to make Gujarat a global business destination, supported by world-class infrastructure and vibrant ecosystem.
Bigger opportunities, better returns, safer investments. That's a GIDB promise for private sector participation in Gujarat's infrastructure. Together, we will make it happen.